Happy Saturday, everybody, and welcome back to the farm. For many of you, you have seen our creek for the first time, which is right back here inside this tree line that we were just exploring. And for orientation, we are down at the back end of our property. You can see that our barns are right up there, the house is up there, and if you've been following our vlogs for a while, this is where our mobile coop was during the summertime when it was really hot. We had the chickens down in this area to get them some shade. So we have been taking a look around, talking about our vision for upcoming projects.
Kevin always has some projects.
Dragon is going to talk about it right now.
No, I don't have a mic, so
you are.
I have Kevin.
Come on, this is a very good camera.
So back here we are looking to start clearing. Our vision is to clear most of this brush all the way down to the creek. Get rid of all the unnecessary trees that are there. We're probably gonna keep all the mature oaks. Maybe even this pine. This pine is really big and tall, and it's about probably 24 to 30 inches thick. I might leave that there too, but we would like to clear most of this brush and unnecessary trees there and have a nice access to that creek, and also clear the path for the sun, so in these late fall, early winter months, orchard will get extra sunshine, because right now it's all shaded by these trees, especially this backside of the orchard. But Kevin is going to give you an update on the orchard that he hasn't given you all season.
Oh, maybe that'll come at some point. We'll see. Stay tuned, everybody.
Most of the trees are going dormant now, but yeah, our orchard is right back here.
Orchard
Still
is
nice and green. It's just amazing to see what those meat chickens and having the ducks and geese and turkeys and everything there. I mean, that pasture there, orchard pasture, looks like it's April, not December almost. So yeah, farm stand is slowing down, and we're slowly looking for our winter projects. We're going to be working inside the barn, working on the store, and on the outside we're going to start doing more clearings, getting pastures ready, and we're still on lookout for some sheep, so we're hoping to add some sheep, maybe even this next month, we'll see, or early spring. So it's definitely coming up in the next 6 months. So
looks like a lot to look forward to at the farm.
Quite a lot, always.
Everybody's always asking, you guys slowing down? When is your slow season? Are you taking a break? This is what a break looks like.
Absolutely, gotta keep busy, gotta keep going, can't slow down too much. When the snow is on the ground, that's when we slow down and we kind of stay inside the house. But this season, when the snow is on the ground, we're going to be working on the store. So get ready.
Lots to look forward to. 2024, here we come.
Yes, indeed.
Well, guys, our pasture-raised chicken days are really numbered now for the season, at least. It is going to be dipping down to 29 degrees tonight. It's going to be 22 degrees on Tuesday night. A couple of others 20s mixed in this week. So instead of risking these birds succumbing to the cold weather, we have moved them in off the pasture and into our big barn, into one of our pens right here. The young hens that you see next door were just all still too small to be with the main flock, so that's why they're here. So they put on a little more size and stop escaping. But the rest of this crew are now indoors in a little more protected area where they will have a little more warmth from those really bitter winter nights, because they will need a little more protection now because they are still young. This is a Cornish cross chicken that we raise as our meat chicks, and as you can see, just about 8 weeks old here. They are not completely feathered up, so they don't have as much warmth and protection as our egg layers do, but hopefully they will fare a little bit better in here until processing day comes for them. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Oh, actually today is Monday. Happy Monday, everybody. We took off on Sunday, so we had a little extra break that was very much needed, and now we are back at it. We are here behind our orchard, Champion's Orchard, and preparing the fence line because we have a major change taking place at the farm this week. We previewed on Saturday's snippet where we were down here at our creek, and Dragon just finished clearing out the old cattle panel wiring that we had here attached to T-post, because we are starting to work on clearing this space tomorrow morning. Are you excited?
Very, yes. Can't wait to see this clear view of the creek. I'll show you guys the creek. There's the creek right back here.
All right. As you can see, this space, it's not as bad as it appears and looks during the spring and the summertime when all of this overgrown brush is built up. This part here, Dragon is mowed down actually with either a lawnmower or tractor. So being able to get access to this to walk right off of the orchard and down to enjoy the creek is something that has been on our vision board, and we're really looking forward to achieving here soon. Creek is here. It comes through under US 301. There's a traffic right there. On the other side, our neighbors have a spring and some other water source too.
Yeah, 2 springs feed into this creek. So we're looking to plant all those willow trees that you guys seen them propagating, that we have, how many, 14, 15?
I think we did 16 and we lost 1, so we have 15 left.
15 left. So all those weeping willow trees are going to be planted along the bank of the creek. Willows have really aggressive roots, so we hope that those roots are going to enter this bank, because we, as you can see, we do have some erosion problem here. But hopefully willows will take care of that, and we're gonna have a nice access to the creek. It's kind of hard to see the vision right now with all this brush, but once everything is cleared, it should look really nice. So super excited about tomorrow, just to see some kind of progress. On the other side, we already went through and cleared. You can see the brown grass that we already cleared. That was mostly just unwanted brush, cedar trees, really thorny trees. So we cleared that, and then we're gonna place our bees right by those trees right over there. So looking to add bees next summer or spring. And then we'll have nice morning sun there and access to our orchard and everything around it. So,
all right, sounds good. Well, since we have mentioned the orchard, and Dragon always says, I never show you guys the orchard. How about we show the orchard today?
All right, let's go.
All right, let's take a look at the
I'll
orchard.
follow you.
Oh, he's gonna follow me, everybody. So this is our orchard. This is Champion's Orchard. There's also a video on our YouTube channel of us planting this orchard. It was a very, very special day and something that we had planned here and wanting to get done. We have planted 220 fruit trees here, 9 different varieties of trees. Here on this side of the orchard are our apple trees. So we have apples, we have some quince trees at the top of this line. Then we have cherries, pears, plums, apricots, peaches. We also have some hardy pomegranate that we have planted over on the other side of the barn over there. We have some hazelnuts that are planted up in this area behind that big barn there. And then we planted some fig cuttings that we lost, but you've seen those figs that we have gotten back in to replace all of those. So lots of trees planted. A lot of times people say, oh, you're taking down trees, but trust me, what we're clearing here is just a bunch of sticky brush, unnecessary stuff, doing a lot of needed cleanup, and we have already done our job as good stewards of this land to replace all of those trees. These were all, for the most part, bare root trees that we planted, except for a few like these. This is an apple tree that we got, surprisingly, from a local grocery store. Great trees here. This one is a Golden Delicious apple, but these were all nice and tall.
Actually, half of them is Golden Delicious. There are 17 or 18 trees in a single row. So half of them are Golden Delicious and half, I don't remember what the other variety. We have a total of 8 different varieties of apples. Minimum of 8 trees of each variety. Some of our favorite varieties, we have a lot more. But yeah, so each variety in the orchard has early, mid-season, and late season ripening. So for instance, apples, we should have apples from August all the way through November, fresh apples for picking. Pears, we should have in a similar fashion. Cherries, we should have them from early June through late August. Next over, pears. No, I mentioned pears. Plums, same thing with plums. Apricots, nectarines, peaches, same thing. We should have them from June through September. So it's orchard is designed with having in mind how having fruit available for our customers at our store throughout the entire summer. Fresh, locally grown fruit. So it will take a couple of years, but we are already 1 year into it, almost 1 year into it. So super, super excited to have this here. So.
And trees are looking amazing. Let's continue to do just a little walk around, but again, you can get kind of the best view and the best idea by going through and checking out our orchard video, which I will include in the link for this vlog, so it's a little more easily accessible. I'll drop it in the description and also link to it at the end of this video. But we also did our meat chickens along this pasture when we first came, so they spent their first 2 years here, so the grass really benefited from that. Also,
probably go on it's kind of weird perception from this side, and with the shade we should go on that side and look down, and you can really see how green is the grass, and you can see the rows of the trees.
All right,
much better from that side.
Let's just walk up there and we'll pick up the conversation then. All right, so here we are in a little different vantage point. Just for orientation, that's the small barn where our farm stand is located, and then there's the house right here. So we've simply moved on up to the opposite corner from where we were down by the creek. But you can just see here a little bit better of how green and lush this orchard grass here is.
And we are almost in December.
Yeah, with very little rain that we've had over the past few months. But this is all due to our chicken tractors having been out here moving around. Also, that blue coop that's over there was our original coop. So our chickens used to free range down in this area before we built our mobile chicken coop. And all of that was super beneficial to preparing this ground to having our orchard put in here. Anything else, Dragon?
That's it. What are we standing in?
These are peaches. We are standing along peaches, one of Dragon's favorite fruits, which is why they're so close to the house. He can easily pop out and grab a bite for breakfast, lunch, afternoon snack.
Some of these, it's just crazy because some of these grew like crazy this season. Look at this. Whatever is in this spot here, these two trees grew the most. But yeah, this one may even have fruit next year. So we'll see. Fingers crossed. We have 51 or 54 peach trees. So first 3 rows are peaches, then we have a row of nectarines, and then row of apricots. So can't wait.
It's going to be an exciting week ahead, so looking forward to having you all along for the journey. Good morning, everybody, and happy Tuesday. As you can see, today was coop move day, but it didn't exactly go as planned. It has been wet because of some rains that we've been getting, and then the frost, and the ground is really soft, and the mole or vole pressure has been strong on the ground, leaving lots of tunnels. So as you can see this morning when we came out to hook up the tractor to the coop, we had a little situation. But you know what we say here at the farm, everybody say it with me, you gotta stay flexible. So while we wait to get our mule out of the ditch this morning, we improvised. Fence is down on that side, but while the plan was to move everybody over into the cut flower section, which is right over here, you can see all of this overgrown space that the chickens have not gone into yet. But because we left the fence down there, we simply extended the fence along this side so that they have a barrier that does not take them back up towards the house. And then we got a second fence right over here that loops on around the big space where we plan to put them, and it stops over on the other side over there near the watermelon patch. And for the final solution, let's take a walk over here and see it. We have a third fence here that's mostly designed for larger animals, but it's just to give a little barrier to keep the chickens from more easily accessing the road, and it kind of goes on around and starts to curve right there. But you can see the difference in the paneling here, whereas you have poultry netting here on the left where the squares are smaller, and then the larger panels over here, mostly used for sheep fencing and the like. But it will suffice for now until we're able to get our tractor unstuck and we can get the coop loaded up and properly moved. In the meantime, all the waters and the feed are still in the same place, and the chickens have that cut flower area that is undiscovered yet to keep them busy. So that should at least keep their attention where we want it, which is away from the road on that side of the coop and into the space where we ultimately wanted to move them anyways. Well, folks, today is the day we've been talking about. The trees are starting to come down. Wanted to bring you guys out to get a look here, kind of a before shot because Justin moves pretty fast. When he did the tree line here, it took him no time to get all of this brush cleared and get all of those trees down. So I imagine that he will move with the same efficiency as he goes along here. But he's starting to work now on this front section, pulling up some smaller birch trees, making a little pile. And by the end of the day today, this space is going to look a lot different than it does right now. Just amazing to see what a machine and a skilled operator can do to really transform a space. Today was the perfect opportunity to go ahead and start weatherproofing our coop for the winter. When we designed and built this earlier this year, we left as much ventilation as possible, but also knew that when winter came, and this is our first winter using this coop because it's only been in operation since February, that we would need to give the chickens a little more protection from the cold wind and the cold air. So we had these panels at the ready to go ahead and to block some of that air. So now they have a little more warmth inside the coop. And of course, once the door is closed, they still get ventilation from the hardware cloth up top. And then of course from the slits that are in the floor, always allowing air to come in. Justin has been pretty busy, so let's go do a check-in and see how much more has been cleared since he started working. I've already come down and had a little peek, so I know what's going on, but it's time to show you guys just how much space and access to the creek that we have gained so far today. Little pile here for moving down into the ditch. Some wood here. Probably really good for some firewood that we'll need. And you can just see right here now all of this open space and access. You can really just kind of walk right through here and get right on down to the creek area. That beautiful sun coming down through the woods. You guys know how much I love my sunsets and my sunrises. And a little uninterrupted walk right on down to the bank of the creek. This is just amazing to have. Our vision is to put a pond down in this area somewhere in this space, either here or further down on the opposite side of the creek. And then once we're able to reclaim all of this space and get rid of all the sticky brushes and everything, have some seating areas down here, some new planting opportunities. We've already gone through and decided some of these larger trees that we mentioned the other day will stay, but being able to have usable space down here, not only for ourselves, but also too for visitors to the farm for years to come, will just be super, super amazing. that is how the big boy got the little boy out of trouble. Let's see if we can get through this soft ground here. And it looks like we're free. Thanks again, Justin. It's the end of the day, and now it's time for the big reveal for what was accomplished today. This is incredible, you guys. Just to see how much space we have gained, this access to the creek that we've always wanted, and this is probably less than half of what we are after. You can see kind of right here at the top of this hill where the wooded area kind of begins again, and the terrain also gets a little more insane down there. But from this hill, when I turn around, you can just take in this vista. This is going to be one incredible view. Being able to sit up here and see that creek flowing, and then look behind you and see the orchard in bloom. It's going to be something super special, super magical, and we cannot wait to be able to share it with all of our customers and our family and friends and everybody who visits the farm. Looking forward to the next chapter and more clearing once it's in the budget.
And this is why you should never plant bamboo on your property, because it is extremely aggressive plant, and you can see it literally kills everything around it.
And with that said, happy Wednesday, everybody. We hadn't gotten to that part yet. We use bamboo sticks as our roosting bars for our coop, and it is time to replace them. So luckily our neighbors have lots of it, as you can see, and they are always super thankful when we say we need some bamboo, so we can come over and help to extract some from their yard and replenish the ones, or replace the ones I should say, that we have in our mobile chicken coop. All right, bamboo is cut, bamboo is loaded, and now we take the short drive back across the street to get these guys installed. We're gonna, I think, attempt to go ahead and get these roosting bars changed out, even though sun is starting to go down. So the chickens are already in the coop. We may just leave them there. I don't know. I guess we're about to find out. we made the decision to go ahead and get the roosting bars changed out. A little bit of commotion as lots of the birds were already in. This rooster right here is always the last one to go in. But you can just see how destroyed some of these pieces of bamboo were. It's a little bit hard to see tonight, so I'll come back tomorrow and give you guys a little better look. But for now, time to get everybody into the coop, and the coop closed for the night. Good morning, everybody, and happy Thursday. I thought that our regular turkey didn't make it inside last night, but it turns out that's a second turkey now that has made its way over here. Here's the turkey that's been living with this crew, and that's a second hen on top of the coop this morning who must have gotten over here last night or didn't go inside of her coop over there, and now she's here. So we'll have to figure out what we're going to do with this latest development. I had intended this morning to show you guys the old roosting bars that we took out and show you how they had cracked. These are the ones that we saved that were still in pretty good shape and not cracked, but then Dragon went ahead and threw away the old ones last night, so that little bit that you saw hopefully sufficed. But here's a shot in the daylight now of what the new roosting bars look like in their kind of stadium style seating with the bamboo. And then back there we still have two of the older ones that were still in pretty good shape, so we left those guys. But as these age and weather and crack, you know, we'll do the same thing. We'll just go ahead and replace them. But these should last for quite a while, hopefully, especially now that the weather is cooler in the wintertime. I'm imagining that they might hold up a little bit better than they did in the intense summer heat. Happy Friday, everybody. We have made it to our final butcher day of the season. Cleaning out some of the buckets that we're going to be using, sanitizing the coolers, and getting everything set. Only fewer than 20 birds left. These birds are the ones that we held back for two reasons. One, they needed a little more time to grow. And number two, these were birds that were being already spoken for by a friend of ours, Alexis, who always shows up and helps us butcher, and she will be here this evening to help as well. So this is really it. We mean it this time. Dragon, how you feeling? Fantastic. It's a little bit wet today, but if you've been following along on our vlogs, you know that we have been out here in cold, rain. No matter what happens, when the birds are ready, the birds are ready, and you just do what you got to do.
You tell people you already ordered birds for next year?
You just did. Birds for next year have already been ordered. There, now they know.
How many did you order?
Dragon ordered 1,000 birds already for next year. Yes.
Something like that.
So what's going to be different next year compared to this year?
We're butchering every week. Kevin likes a challenge. So he's like, this every third week, every 3 weeks doesn't do it for me. He's like, give me something every week. I was like, consider it done. So we are butchering 35 birds every week.
35 birds isn't terrible given our track record.
Yeah, so we had some challenges with 80 birds. It just takes too much of our time. So with 35 birds, we think that Kevin and I can knock that down in about an hour and a half versus 80 birds where we are pretty much stuck doing that all day long. So that's the change. So we'll have chicken available at the stand starting first weekend in May, every weekend. So that's going to be quite exciting for our customers and for us. So looking forward to next season with that.
Absolutely. The other major change that we're going to be doing next season is we are eliminating our chicken special, which put a lot of pressure on us. The chicken special put a lot of pressure on us to make sure that we had birds ready regularly that were meeting weight for those folks who had paid in advance for that chicken special. We pre-sold 35 birds and everybody got a 4.5 to 5.5 pound bird plus a dozen eggs. And we sold that on January 1st. It sold out in 24 hours. It was a very popular option, especially when egg prices were through the roof everywhere. And so a lot of people jumped on it. But the changes that we're going to put into place next season will not only eliminate that stress from us having to do all of that work, but also make birds available more often to more people right here at the farm. Here we are, our last official butcher of 2023. This is it, everybody. I feel like we've been saying last batch for the past few weeks, but this is actually it this time. These birds stressed out pretty nicely, so now they will sit here on ice overnight. We will come back out tomorrow, package them up. My final task for the evening now is to just bag up and weigh and label the chicken necks and feet, the chicken livers, the chicken gizzards, and the chicken hearts so that I can have those ready and waiting for customers who are looking for them tomorrow. That's gonna do it for us for this week's video. It is just about 7:30. It took about an hour for us to do all of those birds, Dragon and I with the help of Alexis. A little bit slower than it should have been. That was because we were only using one water hose. We were down a water hose today, but got it done. Season is now over. We can officially woosah and exhale and work on some other projects here at the farm. We want to thank you guys for stopping by and spending a little bit of time with us this week. As always, we are happy that you have joined us on this journey. We can grow a lot of things on this farm, but one thing we can't grow is this YouTube channel without your help and support. So please make sure you like, share, comment on this video. That really helps us, helps the farm to grow and to reach some new people. And as always, if you happen to be traveling through Virginia, coming down US 301 and traveling through King George County, make sure you stop right here and see us at the farm. Everybody stay safe out there, and we'll see you again real soon.